So you must be very aware who your target audience are. Our target audience on the mainland is a little bit, not totally, a little bit different from our target audience on the island. You just must understand what you're doing, who you're also targeting. If not, you might be you might lose your balance a bit. In fact, we had to leave the mainland because it just wasn't working for us. We had a vision and we couldn't push it forward so much, although we're going back to the mainland now. But because we know who our target audience are, when we get there, we know the venues to look for, we know the people to invite. Okay, moving on to venue, dates, and time. I lump these three together because date and time falls into your venue anyways. Venue, date, and time. This is a picture of Terra Culture. In fact, they came to us and said, we love what you guys are doing. We would like you to have these events at our venue. I think I spoke a little bit about venue already. Date and time. Freedom Hall is a poetry event. It's not a concert. You don't want to do it on a Friday night when people want to go clubbing. We know our people. We know our target audience. We know that they're working class, middle class people who would go to work during the day and they want to relax in the evening. And on Fridays, they're all going clubbing. So if you have an event I have a Freedom Hall on a Friday, it must be really entertaining. Not just that this poet is coming to express themselves, So timing also, we said we're starting at 7. People will get there at 7. Why? Because they know us. That even if there are just 2 people there, we will start. And because people know us with that, you see them get to the venue at 6:30. We're not going to allow the Nigerian factor to stop us from, being who we wanted to be. So if you want to do a 3-hour event and 2 hours into your event, you're still, looking for, well, I don't know how far you can go with that kind of attitude, but you determine the pace, you determine how people look at you, you determine what people know of you. Stage, lights, and sound. I've put a picture of the new Grand Ballroom at Oriental Hotel because there's a stage. In fact, there's a ramp there. There are lights and there's sound. These are very important elements for organizing any poetry event. You've seen how we've struggled with, this microphone, does it work? Sound is very, very important. Light is very important because what's the use of having a fantastic, event that people, 1, cannot see the speaker, 2, your recordings are bad, video, photography, because the place is not well lit. And then stage, so that everybody can see whoever the speaker is. Because I'm standing on the stage now, I can see all of you and you can all see me. So these 3 elements are very important for any poetry event. The next, the team. Very important. Anyways, I'm a technical person, so I've broken down the production team. Usually you'd have an executive producer who's your sponsor. So for instance, Freedom Hall at Terra Culture on this particular day with Tokwe MCing, the executive producer would have been the MD of Bacardi because they're the ones sponsoring. But then the producer would be Tokwe, the person who has the concept, the idea. The director would be Jumoke, who is taking care of the sound, the lights, all the engineers. The stage manager is somebody who's like a stage director. You have somebody directing the whole event, but you have somebody directing content on stage. That's my area of expertise. I specialize in making a 5-hour event into 2.5 hours. No dull moments on stage. Because if you know your audience, sometimes you lose them. Nobody has the time that you think that they have, or going home, or I'm going to the cinemas, or doing something else. So master of ceremony, very important to your poetry events. They determine how people also look at they're like your brand ambassador. They determine how people view your events. Is it dry? Is it lively? Your MC determines all of that. The engineers, lights and sound, they are very important in your team because you need them to take care of your lights and your sound. These are elements that without them